Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Today I have such an exciting video for you guys. I have decided to film something a little different than I've done before, and I'm going to be showing you guys some luxury designer dupes that I found on Amazon. So I know there are so many like luxury designer dupes out there on the market. There's so many and I think they're amazing. Not everyone can afford designer, not everyone can afford luxury, and I just think there is nothing wrong with having another version of something that maybe is out of your budget. And I think it's such a great thing to be able to still kind of incorporate designer looks into your outfits, into your lifestyle, but without breaking the bank. So I have found on Amazon some amazing designer luxury sort of lookalikes. I'm really impressed with everything that I found. I've already like opened everything up, looked at everything to make sure I'm happy with the quality before I show you guys, and I'm really happy, especially for the prices that I'm about to show you. I think I found some really amazing bits. So I'm just going to get straight into the video. So if you would like to see my bougie on a budget slash luxury on a budget, I haven't decided the name of this video yet, but if you would like to see what I picked up from Amazon, then please do keep watching. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you obviously everything that I picked up on the screen as usual. I will also insert a picture either here or here. I'll insert a picture of the genuine version so that you can see what I'm comparing it to. And as always, I will link everything that I speak about in the description box down below if you would like to pick up any of these bits for yourself. So I was going to start with bags, but I think I'm actually going to start with jewellery because I'm just so excited to show you this. So the first thing I picked up was a necklace, and it looks like this. So as you can see, it's this Vivienne Westwood inspired pearl necklace with like the orb. I never know what her logo is called, but just her usual Vivienne Westwood kind of logo. I think it's like an orb, no, like a planet. I love Vivienne Westwood designs. Very sad that she recently passed away, so maybe it's a very appropriate time to show you a nice designer dupe for Vivienne Westwood. And this is what I picked up. It's so gorgeous. I'm so impressed with, so I'm trying to show you on my dark clothes. I'm so impressed with the quality of this. So as you can see, it's this gorgeous, it's got this gorgeous yellow gold Vivienne Westwood inspired logo here. And then obviously the pearls, the faux pearls, which I just think look so beautiful. And the original version of this, which I will put a picture of over here, is £170. 170 or 150, they kind of range. But the one that looks, I would say, the closest to the one that I've got, actually, the one that I would say is closest is probably the 150 one, because that's the one with the gold logo instead of the silver. But they also have a silver one, which I think is a slightly chunkier version, which is 170. And yeah, it's a pretty good replica, I'm not gonna lie. If I saw this on someone, I would have absolutely no idea that it wasn't genuine. I mean, it looks so gorgeous. I mean, you would never ever know. There aren't any like telltale signs with this one. It just looks very well done. It's just gorgeous, and you will not believe how cheap this was. So I picked this up for £8.99 on Amazon. £8.99 instead of 150. And let me tell you, it was worth every penny. It looks so good. I'm so impressed. What doesn't look good is my nails. Please excuse them. They're so outgrown. I'm getting them done tomorrow, so ignore that. But I'm just so astounded with how good this copy is, and yeah, no one would ever know. So I'm really, really happy with that one. Okay, and then I'm actually going to stick to jewellery since I'm already talking about jewellery. I found another really gorgeous dupe for you guys, and this is a dupe for the Van Cleef & Arpels black clover necklace. And I think this is a pretty good dupe, to be honest. I'm really, really happy with it. So it looks like this. I hope it's focusing. I always stress that either I'm out of focus or the stuff is out of focus. If anything is out of focus, I'm really sorry. I'll probably insert like a video clip or a photo of the item just so you can see it properly, but hopefully it's focusing. I think it is. So yeah, it's the clover necklace from Van Cleef & Arpels, and I'm really impressed with this. I don't really know what to say. The only thing that is different to the original is that the back of the necklace is plain. So the back is gold, but then the front obviously has the black. So that's the only thing, whereas I know obviously the genuine one has it on both sides. But obviously you would wear this facing the correct way anyway, so again, no one would know any different. I think the shade of the gold is really nice. Sometimes when you buy like a cheaper gold necklace, to be honest, even the Vivienne Westwood one, the Vivienne Westwood inspired one, the gold is very like light gold. You can't even see this. You probably can't tell, but it's like a very light gold. Whereas the Van Cleef dupe has a much more accurate gold colour. As far as I can see, it's like a darker gold, less yellowy, and I think that looks a lot more genuine. And yeah, probably a lot more expensive, but yeah, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's really, really, really nice, and I actually quite like that it has the gold on the back. I don't know why, I feel like it sits just really nicely, and I think it looks really, really beautiful and expensive. And again, like, I think if you saw this on someone, I don't think you'd have any clue that it wasn't genuine, to be honest. It's like the clover is perfectly like symmetrical. It looks exactly like the genuine one would. Even the chain is pretty much identical to the genuine one. And I think this is just a really, really well-made piece. This one isn't as inexpensive as the Vivienne Westwood dupe. So this one was $19.99. So obviously significantly more than the Vivienne Westwood dupe, but still obviously a fraction of the price of the original one. I do know roughly the original price, but I'm just gonna double check and look it up. But I know it's over it's like £2,000. Let's have a look. Okay, the original Van Cleef & Arpels necklace is £2,440, and obviously if your budget cannot extend to £2,400, which most people's can't, then I would highly recommend this dupe. I think it's really gorgeous, really, really gorgeous, and don't really have anything negative to say about it, to be honest. Time will tell how it tarnishes, if it tarnishes at all. So it's made of titanium steel, which is amazing for me because titanium is hypoallergenic, and is one of the only materials that I can actually wear that won't tarnish on my skin. So fingers crossed this will actually last a really, really long time, and it's so beautiful, and I'm very, very impressed with the quality of it. It's from a brand called Critique. And then next up, I'm going to start with some bags. So I found some really amazing bag dupes. I'm so excited about these. So the first one I'm going to show you is this one. This was actually the first one that I found. And this is the dupe of the Bottega Veneta, like the toweling bag. I'm really scared to butcher the name of this bag. So I'm just gonna leave the picture here for you guys to see for yourself what it is the dupe of. But looking at the two side by side, I mean, it's a pretty decent dupe. Obviously these dupes are only from Amazon. They're not like the most unbelievable dupes ever. I don't think they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be, you know, takes on the genuine item. And this one was £8.99, which is absolutely ridiculous. So good. And it does come with a long strap inside as well, which I will just put on. And actually, I'm not going to put it on, it'll take too long. But I will just show you. It comes with the strap, and you have to like thread it through the holes, the loops. You thread it through the loops and knot it. And yeah, it does come with the straps, but I'm not going to start faffing with it now. I just wanted to show you guys that it does have the long strap too. And yeah, the original one of these is £1,620. So takes your breath away a little bit. Very, very expensive. The only difference that I can see, I think the colour is spot on. I think the material is spot on. And the shape is really good. The only difference is that this one has like this rigid part at the top where it closes, has like this part here with the magnetic closure, which I think the original one has too, but the original photo, from what I can see, it just kind of, it's like a dumpling bag, and it just kind of scrunches at the top rather than having sort of like the outer, the hard rim. That's the only real difference, but other than that, I think it looks brilliant. I think this is such an affordable version of the Bottega style, like if that's the sort of style you like. I think this is a brilliant, brilliant alternative. The only thing I will say is that Amazon slightly cheated me on this one, because the photo on the Amazon, like the page, looked more like the genuine one. The one on the photo on Amazon had that scrunchy bit at the top, like the original, as opposed to this. So that's slightly naughty of them. Ever so slightly naughty, but we'll let them get away with it. It's really, really nice, and I really, really like this. I think it looks gorgeous as a clutch, and I think it would look gorgeous with the strap as well. And for £8.99, I don't think you can go wrong, considering the extortionate price of the original Bottega Veneta. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this, and there's loads of space inside too, which is really, really good if you're going out, clubbing, or for dinner, or wherever it is that you would go. And I think it's good for day and for night. Okay, and then we have another Bottega dupe. I've actually got 3 Bottega dupes in this haul, and the next one I found is this, which, I'm sorry, I think this is so freaking cute. So this bag is inspired by the Bottega Veneta Jodie Mini Knotted Shearling Tote. That's what it's called. Again, I'll put the picture up here for you guys. I haven't found this exact bag in this exact colour on the Bottega website, but we do definitely have very, very similar ones. So I just think I'll insert a nice colourful one, probably a pink one or something for you to see. And looking at them again side by side, this is a brilliant interpretation. It looks so good. Like, this to me looks so expensive. You would never know that this was from Amazon. If someone held this, like if someone was like walking around with this in London, I would 100% think that this was a more expensive bag. I wouldn't necessarily know it was a Bottega one, but I mean, it really does look expensive, and it just has the most gorgeous design. I really, really love it. So this bag cost me £19.99, so £20, as opposed to the original Bottega Veneta bag, which costs £2,150. So, I mean, if you're going for luxury on a budget, you can't really do better than this. It feels gorgeous. The fabric is lovely. It's just like this beautiful, soft Sherpa fabric. I think the shape is spot on. I think the shape is amazing, like this big knot. I think they've just done such a good job at replicating the style of the original one. And the only thing I will say about this, oh, I also love the colour. I think the colour is so beautiful. The only thing I will say about this, which makes me laugh so much, is that when you open it, there is like no space in there. I can't really work out what they were like thinking with this one, but I'm like fiddling around in there, and there's like genuinely like barely any space. I can't even show you. It's like the lining takes up all the space. They didn't really need to line it. They could have just left it, because, I mean, they could have lined it, but just with less fabric. There's like barely any space. like I could, can I fit my phone in there? Hold on, let me see. No, I can't fit my phone in there. I'm not joking. I actually think I might, if I keep this, I'll have to cut the lining out. I'm not even joking. You could probably fit a card holder and maybe like lipstick or something and like maybe a key. But honestly, there's like no space, and I find it really funny because they've done the bag, like they worked so hard on making the bag so beautiful, but I haven't really thought about the practicality of the inside. Then again, I don't know what the original Bottega's like. I don't know how much space there is in the original, but I would assume that there is probably a decent amount of space for £2,000. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed with this, like physically, like on the outside. The inside they could have taken a little bit more time with this one, but overall, I think it's a brilliant dupe. I'm so happy with it, and I feel like you guys will love this. It just looks so chic and expensive. And then next up, I'm not going to show you the third and final Bottega dupe because it's my favourite, so I feel like I'm going to leave that until the end. Yeah. Either till the end or maybe till after this bag, I'm not sure, but I thought I'd show you this one first. So I found another really amazing dupe, and this is a dupe for the Marc Jacobs tote bag, and it looks like this. So a lot of you guys will be familiar with this bag because it's quite a popular piece this year. I feel like a lot of people have the Marc Jacobs tote bag. It's not really my style, if I'm totally honest. Like the original one isn't really my cup of tea. I quite like the nude version, and I quite like the one with like the lining, like the sheepskin lining. But I thought I'd show this to you guys because I think it's such a brilliant dupe again. So yeah, as I said, this is the imitation of the original Marc Jacobs tote mini canvas bag. And this is £180 for the original. This bag cost me £28.99, which again is a brilliant price. The only like major noticeable difference, like at first glance, is that obviously it doesn't say Marc Jacobs on it, which is good because it's not Marc Jacobs, it's an imitation of the original. I think this is really, really good. The size is on point, the shape, I think they've done the lettering perfectly from what I can see. The only thing I've noticed, and I don't think this is on the original, is that the letters sort of have the stitching, some of them over the top. If you can see that, can you see how the stitching sort of goes over? But at first glance, like if you just like this, like the style of the bag, yeah, if you like that Marc Jacobs tote bag, then obviously you'll love this. And it's so much less expensive. It's a fraction of the price, and you get the same idea, you get the same look. I also love that there's so much space inside. It's lovely and spacey. It's perfect for like a uni bag, or like if you go somewhere where you take quite a lot of stuff with you, it would be perfect. There are also big zips inside, which I love, like really big zip pockets, which I think is brilliant that they've done that, unlike the Bottega one, which had no space at all. And it does come also with the nice big chunky strap, so you can obviously strap on this, and then obviously you can wear it over your shoulder or over your whole body if you loosen it. Obviously you can tighten or loosen it as much as you wish. And yeah, overall, I think this is brilliant. Like, I think this is such a good take on the original. Again, whether it was like supposed to be kind of inspired by Marc Jacobs or not, I think in general, this is a really nice bag, like just to have, just to use. Like, it's so practical, convenient, goes with everything. So whether or not it was like imitating Marc Jacobs or not, I think it's just a lovely bag. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that one. Feels great, looks great, and very practical. So I decided I'm going to show you my third and final Bottega bag dupe now, because I just can't wait any longer. So the next Bottega dupe that I found is this. And to me, this was like the start of the show. When I saw this on Amazon, I got so excited because I just thought this looked so good and so much like the original. Again, not everyone's budgets can extend to, sorry, how much was it? £3,140. I just can't actually justify that people can pay £3,000 for a bag. So when I saw this bag on Amazon, I just got so excited because I felt like this looks so similar to the original one, and not everyone's budgets can extend to £3,140 for the original one, including mine, but this one was only £18.98. I don't know why they did 98 pence, but anyway, yeah, about £19 for this bag. And let me tell you, it feels really nice. Obviously it's not leather. Leather would be a lot more expensive. It's obviously faux leather, but it feels so good. It doesn't have like that plasticky, like rubbery, like cheap smell at all. It has no scent whatsoever. It just smells like nothing, which is brilliant, which to me, that's quite a big giveaway. If a bag smells very rubbery and plasticky, it's just a massive turn off for me. This doesn't have that at all. It feels so lovely. It's really soft and like squidgy and just, to be honest, beautifully made. The stitching is lovely, like everything about it is done so well. Like the stitching is like spot on. Just everything, the quilted texture is perfect. There's nothing about it that makes it look cheap, nothing. There's no like poor stitching, poor, like, I don't know, glue, like there's nothing. It looks so good. And wait for the best part. Wait, firstly, this is what it looks like on the inside. Obviously it looks amazing on the inside as well. Really, really beautifully made. Has the magnetic closure. And then the strap, like they've really outdone themselves. The strap has the Bottega triangle buckle. Can we just take a moment for this triangular buckle? It's so good. Like, I don't want to take out the plastic because I don't want to ruin it, but it's just so good. I can't explain. There's also a lot of space on the inside. There's the like a zip pouch almost on the inside. This is like less than £20, guys. I'm not saying that this is the most incredible bag I've ever seen, the most amazing quality I've ever seen in my whole life, but it was £20, like less than £20, for literally an almost identical replica. Like they've done the strap so well, they've done the buckle so well. Everything about it to me looks luxurious, and if someone was wearing this like out and about, I would genuinely not suspect a thing, like at all. I would think like this was the Bottega one. I wouldn't know any different. So I'm so impressed with this, and I highly recommend, if you love the Bottega style and especially like the Bottega green, then definitely try this bag. I think you're gonna love it. And then next up, something a little bit different. I've got some perfume to show you guys. So I have known of this brand for a really long time. I first discovered this brand in my local pharmacy. I was waiting for probably a prescription. I was waiting for something, and I was just like bored, and they had this perfume counter with the testers. So I was like sniffing them all, and I was like, oh, that smells oddly familiar. And then I just sprayed another one, and I was like, that smells familiar too. And then I realised they were all dupes of like expensive fragrances, like really famous, well-known fragrances. So I knew straight away that they were dupes, like straight away, because I was like, oh my god, this smells just like Black Opium. Oh my gosh, this smells just like Chloe. And I was hooked from then on, and I've been buying this brand for actually a really long time. So I thought I would show you guys an example. So the brand is called Versette, and they're basically just perfumes inspired by branded perfumes. I actually learned recently that you can't copyright a smell. You can only copyright a brand. So obviously they're not marketing themselves as like whatever the brand is. They're called Versette, and their names of the perfumes are all different. So they're not, you know, pretending to be something else. They are just replicas basically of expensive scents. This one is called Anthea, and this is the one that's inspired by Gucci Bloom. I'll show you what the bottles look like. This is the big bottle. This is the 100 ml, and this is what it looks like. It's a really, so I'll show you on the black so you can see. It's really beautiful, beautiful packaging. I love the bottles. I think they're so lovely to look at. So yeah, this is the Anthea, and this is the, yeah, this is inspired by Gucci Bloom. Oh my gosh, my stomach just rumbled so loudly. I really hope you didn't hear that. This smells nearly identical. Like, if someone was wearing this, you would 100% think that it was Gucci Bloom. It's such a close match. It's amazing. Over the years, I've tried so many of these. I've had Alien, which is called Radiance. I've had Giorgio Armani C, Black Opium. I've had so many of these. They all have different names, obviously. If you go onto Google and you just type in Versette perfume list, it will show you the Versette names and what they are inspired by. That's just the easiest way to do it. And they are all brilliant. Like, they are so, I don't think I've had a bad one yet, like a bad version. I think for me the best one is Alien, but I didn't buy that one because I still have it. This one, Mum and I were running out, so we got a new one. But Alien was probably the best, and the Giorgio Armani C was amazing as well. Like, so amazing. I've also smelt the Chloe, which was gorgeous too. Anyway, they're amazing. They have so many different ones which are inspired by so many different perfumes. And yeah, if you're looking for, like, if you're a perfume collector and you would like to have more perfumes, obviously they're expensive. Like, people can't always buy like a £70 perfume every few months. It's expensive. So this cost me just under £18. It was £17.94. Yeah, £17.94. And the Gucci Bloom in 100 mils right now is £88.80. So £88 for 100 ml, where you can pay £18 for 100 ml of literally the same scent. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna spray some. Oh my gosh, I can't explain. They're just, you know, sometimes when you buy like cheap perfumes, they smell really sort of acidic, not strong at all, and just, oh my God, it smells so good. Oh. Like, they just don't smell strong at all, and they just kind of linger and have that sort of alcohol smell. These don't have that. These literally are so good. So yeah, if you're like a perfume collector, you love different smells, you like trying new smells, or even if like you've never smelt a perfume before but you've been wanting to try it, just get this version because it's exactly the same. And then if you like it, you can always splurge on the real one. They have these in all different sizes. They have like smaller bottles, like literally mini ones. They've got 50 ml, and obviously I like the 100 ml because it's nice and big. And I think they also look really nice on a dressing table. Like, they just are so gorgeous. So 10 out of 10, absolutely love this brand. And I'm so happy that I discovered them, like so happy. So the last thing I'm going to show you guys is actually a dupe of the Skims sculpting bodysuit. This is what it looks like. I know they always look very unattractive when you like hold them up like this, but we all know what the Skims bodysuit looks like. Obviously, you'll see a photo here. But these obviously have been all the rave this year, last year, pretty much always. Obviously it's Kim Kardashian's brand, and Skims has been, I mean, it's just absolutely blown up. And to be honest, it is for good reason, because they are brilliant. They are so sculpting and make you feel so like snatched and gorgeous. And this is an amazing dupe because Skims is like not cheap for like control wear, like underwear, shapewear, whatever you want to call it. So the seamless sculpting bodysuit in the shade Umber is literally identical to this. They are so similar. Even like the photos of them are similar. They're just, the colour match is, I would say identical. I wouldn't even say nearly identical. The colour match is identical. Even the way they've done the bust, obviously this Amazon dupe The way they've done the bust is so like the original, like so similar. It looks absolutely tiny, but I have tried it on, and just like the Skims one, they just stretch. That is obviously the point. They're supposed to look a lot smaller off, and then obviously when you put them on, they're so snatching and sculpting. And it's just a brilliant, brilliant dupe. This was pretty much half the price of the Skims one. So the original Skims is £62. And then the one from Amazon was £33, £32.99. So it's pretty much half. And I got mine in a size small to medium. On Amazon they have, let's just double check, they've got extra, extra small to extra small, small to medium, large to extra large, XXL to 3XL, and 4XL onwards. So an amazing size range, just like the Skims ones. I love when people have a big variety of ranges, like size ranges. I think it's so important. And yeah, I think this is a brilliant dupe. I'm so impressed with it. It has the adjustable straps, the same as the original Skims. The material is literally the same. I have felt and used the original Skims and tried them on and everything, and they feel literally identical. This one is actually a thong. I think the Skims that I was looking at, the bodysuit I was looking at, actually has the full knicker, like the brief, but Skims also do have thong ones as well. But what I like about this is that it has the hooks at the bottom, so obviously you don't have to completely strip if you want to wear this and then go to the toilet, which is good. Not all of the Skims ones have the poppers at the bottom. Some of them do, some of them don't. I did notice that when I went into, I think I was in Harrods when I was looking at Skims, and not all of them had the poppers underneath, so I didn't really understand how that was very practical. But anyway, this one does, and it does exactly the same thing. It looks so good on, it's gorgeous quality, it looks exactly the same as the original for half the price. So I was so impressed with this, and I just had to show you guys. I am over the moon with everything that I found from Amazon. Firstly, the fact that they were all so inexpensive. Secondly, the fact that they all came literally next day with Amazon Prime. And thirdly, because none of them broke the bank, and I will probably be keeping a couple of them because they're just too tempting not to. And I was just so excited to show you guys what I picked up because, yeah, as I said, not everyone can afford to break the bank on a bodysuit or a necklace or a bag. So I just thought, why not find some really amazing dupes to show you guys. As always, thank you guys so, so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like and leave me a comment. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It truly, truly helps me so much and means so much to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!